By the way, to phrase it, how do you want to be dead? It's
How
just
do you
a
wanna
fuck.
be
That's just
dead?
a dude. You can't get pregnant off a pee. Guys, get him out of there. He's gonna suffocate. Spit. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Get that. Get that.
You gotta follow your heart.
Kaya would ask to borrow something, and you'd be like, I already gave you my heart. What else is there to give?
We can do anything.
Now that we're men.
Something and something and something and something and something. Yeah. You remember? Go to Shell City and save the day.
The best part of that was when SpongeBob's like, "Go, Patrick."
Yeah.
Patrick's
yeah,
like,
go. Yeah, do it.
Uh-huh. I do an okay impression of Patrick sometimes.
You do, yeah.
I changed my Nah, that was bad. Fuck,
Do it a
it's
little
easier
calmer.
when I laugh. Do it a little calmer. Now that we're men, we have facial hair. Now that we're men, I changed my underwear. Nah, that sucked. Maybe not singing.
Oh,
I changed my. Oh.
He's really scared.
There was. Why don't we take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else?
What a classic.
That's not too bad. Sometimes I'm really good. Sometimes I'm really bad with certain. You know what I mean?
I think I'm okay with Squidward.
Squidward.
Bold and brash.
Bold and brash. Ben can do a good Ray Romano, but
he doesn't know he is.
He doesn't know it. No, yeah. Did I tell you this?
He's the chosen one.
I made him. I walked him through doing a Ray Romano impression without telling him it's a Ray Romano. Because with these things, because Ben's an asshole. Ben, you're an asshole. If he knows, if you tell him, yo, you do this, you'll sound like this guy. He won't do it because he knows, like, I don't even know why he won't. It's just fucking stupid. I try. He doesn't. So I tell him, I'm like, okay, just speak like Kermit. I say speak like Kermit the Frog, but don't actually like Kermit the like none of that. But like you have a tongue in your throat, or not a tongue, but like
That's
a frog
really
in
good.
your throat, where you just talk like that. I'm like, but his voice is deep enough to where, like, if I want to do Ray Romano's, like, hey, I gotta speak like, but I gotta speak a little. It's hard to speak low like that. You know what I mean? But he already has the low voice, so all he has to do is, you know, I can't even get a word in edgewise over here. What were you trying to do?
That was him.
Yeah. Okay.
He said Allahu Akbar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. But cool. Good for you.
I knew this would happen.
What?
Lambasting me on your program.
That was play it back. That was the first one in 50 minutes. In 52 minutes, motherfucker.
You brought me on here to make me sad.
What's that one thing you say which, like, you know, I come here, I show you my time, I share my weed with you. I give. You used to do this thing every time you'd just be like, you know, I come here. Or if we go to your place, you just be like, you know, I let you come in my house, and I share my TV, I share my water with you, my furniture, and this is how you treat me.
I know.
It was a good one. You were always good at shit like that. Quick one-off humor. You've always been kind of good at. Like Addy would, or Kaya would ask to borrow something, and you'd be like, I already gave you my heart. What else is there to give? I talk about you at work. I'm just like, the main way I describe you is just like, he's a goofy motherfucker, and not even like. It's a different goofy. It's like Adventure Time goofy. Where's my lighter? Oh, I'm sitting on it.
If Adventure Time was made today, it wouldn't be as good. I didn't need to say that.
No, that's not necessarily true. Yes, and they'd be able to explore different concepts like lesbianism more.
Stop putting my mouth over it.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not my. If it was my mic, I wouldn't care, but it's not. It's Will's. It hasn't been in the basement. It's been in my. What?
Show him it.
I mean, fucking Sean tries to fart on the mics, so.
Okay.
So you probably ate Sean fart, if anything.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
That'll prevent you from putting your mouth on it too. A little bit of ASMR. Take another chip and eat another one real quick, just so we can get a freshie. That's nice. That sounds nice in here, but I'm I'm already over it. I've never been a fan of listening to people eat. I don't understand
me neither at all.
ASMR.
No.
At least with the lip smacking. Tosh.0 did he had an ASMR check, and the clip he chose was perfect because she's holding a jar of pickles and she's tapping on them with her really long fingernails, and she goes, these pickles are so old. Like, why are you fucking eating them then? I guess they've been pickled, so you don't have to fucking worry about it that much. Go spit. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Get that.
Hey. Success.
We got it. Have you ever had to pull? When you have to puke for like after drinking and shit? Do you have to put your finger down your throat, or do you let your body do it? Are you good at making your body do it?
I just don't.
You just don't?
I usually sleep
or
drink water.
I can't sleep
or
if
eat
I have to puke.
bready stuff like crackers or whatever.
Okay, shit.
Or meat.
One time I was at my buddy Sam's
and I'm like
house.
never hungover, but I think I don't take precautions mostly because I never get hungover much.
I get hungover like crazy. Depending, like I went drink, and it depends on the booze. It depends on there's a lot of dependence in there. Like normally when I fucking party with you guys, I'll wake up with a mild, like a manageable hangover, just like whatever. I partied with my parents once, and I wasn't drinking mixed drinks because they didn't have any at this particular bar. It's more of like a club. So I was just drinking beer, and beer fucking hits me different. I don't know what it is. I only had 4, and I got kind of fucked up. Off of 4 beers, I got kind of like, and then next morning comes around, and I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, ow, like, hello, just not doing good, headache, fucking bad taste in my mouth, and I'm like, surely my parents are older than me, and they say hangovers are worse with age. Guaranteed they probably feel just as bad, if not as worse as me, because my mom fucking, she drank a shit ton. My dad had a few beers, and I just hear my mom's like gut laugh, just from the fucking living room. And I'm just like, no, I feel like
won.
this, and I have to deal with that. Fuck. I wake up, they're like, hey bud, how are you doing? And I'm like,
Fuck away from me.
Yeah, get the fuck away from me right now.
Not my dad. Has your dad been on the pod?
I called him in one of the non-used pods because it was the first one I shot with Jackson, and that was a no-go. It was worse than this one. Every bad pod, I grade off of that one because that was the worst one, just content-wise. That's why I was like, nah, dude, you and I are fine. Because take the awkward pauses that you and I were having and multiply them by like 20. Swear to God.
Oh, man.
It was bad, but I didn't tell Jackson anything. I was just like, all right, sit down, we're going. I think I gave you a little bit of just like a rundown of what we do.
Yeah.
Of what we do in this establishment on SaKs, in the SaKs production. We have a whole crew. It consists of one guy. It's me.
Am I on the payroll?
No.
Oh.
There's no payroll yet. Actually, we've lost money. Truly, we've lost money. I spent money on 2 things. We've lost... Hold on.
Kenny. Editor Kenny.
$134 about.
Zoom in on my face real quick. Okay, zoom out. Continue.
We lost about $134 with this podcast so far.
For stuff to use for it?
No, just like money-wise that we've spent on this podcast. We've spent, I shouldn't say lost, but yeah, we've spent $134. But I've spent, more. Hold on. More. Sorry, $144. That was $14, the stand. Uh-huh. This was $120 altogether. This was is it this one? Yeah, this was $10.
He pointed at electronics.
Yeah, right here in my audio box. I'm not moving it because it might stop the recording. Which I actually got open box too. Addy, if you ever go to a music store or just any store actually, this is a good hack that I actually saw on YouTube Shorts, but I used it before I saw the short. And I didn't know I used it. I just saw, if you can't afford something, just look for the open box things. Look for anything that said, ask them like, do you have anything open box? Open box is just like someone bought it and they returned it it might be missing some shit, or maybe someone there opened it up just to check out what they were selling and shit, and they just keep it around, and they'll take off at least 10%. Same with like fucking store models. Like you want a couch, and let me get this one, and it's like 150, and you're like, it'd be more than 150. It's like $500. My chair was $400, the one upstairs. So it'd be like at the very least $400, and it'd be probably a pretty small sofa. But he's like, oh, that's $400, and you'd be like, yeah, but what about this one? And you're pointing at the floor model, the one for display. Probably get that for like $320 maybe. You know what I mean? So these are the things. These are the things you wanna. You really, really wanna. Sega Seg.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh my God.
Oh.
Do you ever listen to Spice Girls?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
When I was a gay little 10-year-old, I did. I also listened to Adam Levine. No, Adam Lambert. My bad. I remembered another topic I was going to talk about too. I bought a new computer today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know my little blue one, my little blue touchscreen boy that I bought like 6 months ago, maybe? No?
I don't know.
That's like my pleasure computer. That sounds creepy, and it kind of is. But that's just like that's for just like leisure things, like watching podcasts, scrolling through YouTube, scrolling through social medias, and watching porn. This computer is not for that anymore. This computer is strictly for editing and everything like that. I want to keep it clean, or I want to start keeping it clean and keep it that way for as long as I can, because this fucker this is old reliable. He kills it. He's doing amazing. No, he's not, but he's working. That's all I care about. So I just buy cheap little $200 laptops to get me through my leisure shit. No, you're fine. You're chewing away from it. I got you. You can't hear it on the thing, so you're good. But yeah, I buy like cheap little. And this one, I found out with the little blue one that you can't keep every laptop plugged in all the time. I thought the battery is swelling. And it's bigger than it was when I noticed, by the way. It's been progressively getting better. Bigger, excuse me. And I thought it was just from being next to my heater or just being on top of my PlayStation, because both of those things get hot. The heater especially, but my PlayStation too. Smoke damage. But yeah, the battery started swelling. I'm like, whatever. It still fucking works. I'm not going to fix this. And then a few days ago, it'll just shut itself off on me randomly. And not even like, power off. It'll be like it's fucking with the touch screen, or it's hitting one of the I think the components are fucking with the power button situation, because when you hold down the power button, the screen will give you the option to slide it down, and that'll shut down the computer. So that'll pop up to be like, slide down to shut off the computer, and then it just goes down and fucking shuts off, and I can use it for like 20 minutes, and then that happens. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, okay, maybe let me try flexing the laptop, because the swollen battery was making the laptop come apart. So it's like, I clipped it back together. That could be doing it. Let me just not break it, but put it back to its old form where the battery was pulling it apart. And I couldn't. I couldn't unclip it. So I'm like, fucking, I can take it somewhere, have them replace the battery. I don't want to do that. That's annoying and stupid. I don't have anything stored on this computer. That's not what it's for. I don't have any memories on that computer. Nothing. There's nothing on that computer. All the memories actually are in a micro SD card that I stuck into it. So I'm not losing anything besides the money I paid for it, and it was only like 115 fucking bucks. I think it was a cheap ass computer. This one's just barely. This one's $15 more expensive, the one that's coming in tomorrow. But yeah, it's just a shitty fucking. It's a gateway. It was a gateway to bad spending.
Yeah, I think if I get another computer, I want it to be like have a tower in it. I don't want another laptop.
Yeah. No, that's genuinely the way to go, is get a straight up PC. Because even your gaming laptop is only capable of so fucking much.
It sucks, actually. The gaming laptop I have, it's lasted a while, actually, so it's not that bad. But
at the end of the day, that's what you really want, is longevity.
Yeah, it just has really low memory. It's small. And this must be my fault, but the screen, it won't close anymore. Like, I haven't closed it in months because it won't. like I tried closing it and it like didn't crack the screen, but the plastic around the screen, it didn't crack, but it like warped and it's off the screen now.
Do you keep it plugged in a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
It's one of those all the times. I don't want to be like, oh, well, this is what's happening to me.
But I've heard that I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I shouldn't.
It could make the battery swell. I guess
weird. I didn't know that's what happened.
That's what happened with me. That's what because I checked on Reddit to see what kind of battery it took. Because I was also thinking about just replacing the battery myself. Because I figured it'd be cheaper and I could learn a thing or two. And then I saw on Reddit, and this guy still didn't find the right kind of battery, and nobody could really help him. And he had the same issue as me, and he said that it was because he kept it plugged in for too long, because he would keep it plugged in all the time, and that's what I do. So that's the only thing I could like whittle it down to. You know what I mean? But lost my train of thought again. I also thought about just taking.
I heard your dad cough.
I hear, dude, my dad coughs all the time. You could probably hear it in the fucking microphones too. But my dad coughs all the time. That's how I know he's awake when I'm waking up for work.
My dad coughs all the time.
Yeah, he's fine. He's just in his hospital bed. He's taking his last breaths. He coughs a few times and everybody gasps. And I'm like, he coughs all the time.
He's
okay,
just doing it.
He's fucking fine. That's just me in denial. Dad, wake up.
He's fine.
Wake up, Dad. You're fine. Dad,
Dad.
he's just sleeping. Dad. He's just sleeping. He's just sleeping. Guys, he's just sleeping. It's okay. But
really, he's dead.
They're dropping the casket in the ground, and I'm like, all right, Dad, very funny. You can wake up now. Guys, get him out of there. He's going to suffocate. Get him out of there.
That's my dad.
That's my dad. They end up just burying me with him. They're like, fuck it. Just let him. It's fine. He's not the favorite. They got sad. Sad dad.
Well, how would you want to be buried for future reference?
I don't know if I want to be buried.
Oh, yeah. Dad died. How do you want to die?
How do I want to die?
Not die. How do you want to be dead?
How do I want... That's such a weird...
How do you want to be dead?
I know, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's the thing. By the way, to phrase it, how do you want to be dead? It's just that's just a. You should be like you should work at a funeral home for like old ladies and shit.
All right, you know how do you want to die? How do you want to be dead?
Yeah, how do you want to be dead? That's what you should ask. Okay, how do you want to be dead? They're like, what? Buried, cremated, thrown in the river. Part of me wants to say Viking burial because that's cool as shit.
I should start an old people like a business for old people to get themselves turned into skeletons to hang from like galleys, like pirate style.
You want to be like you want to be a decoration?
Yeah, cool decorative skeletons.
What if your son opens up a Halloween store, or your son or daughter opens up a Halloween store?
My pride and joy.
And would you want to be like and it's like a booming Halloween, like a year-round Halloween store. Like it's booming, it's good. It's almost like Walmart. They're really successful.
I would love that.
You're dying soon.
So proud.
And she asks you, Dad, I want to honor you. You helped me. It's going to be a girl now.
Okay.
She's like, I want to honor you. I love you so much. Can I harvest your bones, reassemble them, and use them as decoration in the original outlet? There's 10 of them so far, but they're looking to expand. But the original will stand. It's got historical clauses to keep it in place for at least 100 years.
Okay.
Would you say yes?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah. Addy's going to be a skeleton in his daughter's Halloween store. In the original location.
You know, I feel dumb.
What?
Eric put on his story once that there were he was making drones or playing with drones, and he said it was a NASA event, and I asked if they're going to the moon.
Why is that, first of all, why is that dumb? I get it a little bit.
Because they wouldn't be able to fly. The moon doesn't have a atmosphere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're not able to push off of anything. They're just able to go off of whatever momentum they had when they left the atmosphere.
I think they just like sit on the ground and go, rah. But
we're losing. Also, they'd lose transmission pretty quickly as well. It got too far. We can't see.
But Eric's like, no, they're going to the desert, but it is a NASA event. That's all. I felt dumb. When do you feel dumb?
I wouldn't feel dumb off of that because you could play that off as a joke. He probably thought you were kidding anyways.
Yeah.
Were you not kidding?
I didn't think about it.
You didn't. You. It was just a blind thought.
That's cooler. They going to the fucking moon, dude. Yeah.
They going to the fucking moon, dude. I've said, dude, not matched. I guess I added this chick on Snapchat. I don't know how long ago, but just through quick ads, and she just added me back today, and I didn't know. I feel like a dick. It's too late to apologize, but she's like fucking. She answered my my friend request. She accepts it, and she's like, "Hey, fucking hi, how are you?" And I'm just right away I'm questioning it because I'm like, I don't remember sending this friend request. She's already my friend. She's texting me. I respond, fine, I'm fine, question mark. Do I know you, question mark. And then she's like, well, you added me. And then right away I'm like, okay, classic Kenny now. It's like, you got me there. I apologize. I'm sorry. How are you? Nice little back and forth. We told each other where we were from without giving descriptive details. You know what I mean? She's like, where are you from?
Oh,
and now I'm like, I got to ask you, like, where are you from?
Master.
You know what I mean? I'm afraid that she's not my age, if you catch my drift. I'm waiting till she posts to her story.
There are four kinds of women in this world. Sorcerers, riddle masters, dolmens, and muckrakers.
Muckrakers. That's the only one I remember, so I'm going to have to ask you, what's a muckraker?
I did that at the farm. It's a guy that...
rakes muck?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just shovels up shit and gets it out.
I was thinking it was something in a different language that you knew. Do you remember anything from the multiple languages you've tried? Languages that you've attempted to learn?
Languages, yeah. Language.
What's the most that you remember from?
Spanish.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think you could make it? Do you think you could like get by, like maybe not easily, but do you think you could survive in a Spanish-speaking country with what you have so far?
I'd be happy though. I might be.
Okay.
But I feel like I could like get the basic things and like people would pity me and be like, oh my God, why are you here? What happened in this scenario? Was I airdropped there? Was there a war in America and I had to flee? You
had the money and you decided, I'm going to go to...
I'm going to make it big.
You're going to go to Spain.
I'm going to eat, pray, love, and meet a woman.
You're going to go to Spain and just like try to find yourself. I know a little bit of Spanish. I can kind of get by. I'm just going to spend a year in Spain.
Going to find myself, okay.
I'm going to spend a year in Spain or longer if I like it. But at the very minimum, you make sure you stay for at the very minimum a year. Just to get a full change, you know what I mean?
I think I think I could do it.
Yeah?
I think...
You might learn a thing or two, and it would stick for the rest of your life. I said that, like, stick for the rest of your life.
You gotta follow your heart.
Follow your heart, and it'll stick for the rest of your life, kid. You fucking queer. But yeah, you'd probably learn a thing or two. You'd probably get a little bit better at the language. You just showed up. Excuse me, where is my room? Is what you asked.
It's weird. I don't, I'd say, well, I wouldn't speak with a Spanish accent. I think I speak with a Mexican accent.
Okay.
But, cause they have like.
Are you learning Mexican Spanish?
Yeah, that's what I do.
You go do it in Mexico instead. I just think that's more dangerous. I didn't want to send you to Mexico. I didn't want to send you to Mexico.
Mexico's fucking metal.
In this one, you are airdropped, but you're airdropped because you want to find yourself, and you thought, and this was the cheapest option for some reason.
Oh, okay.
You just fell. They dropped a big cargo hold thing. You're in one of the boxes, and it's exactly your size, and you were in there for hours, and you hate it because you're covered in packing peanuts too. It's filled bottom to top with packing peanuts, and you're on a platform with a bunch of other boxes with various things, and they drop it out of a plane, and it's parachuted down, and you know you're not going to die. They do this all the time. Sometimes there's animals on them, but normally it's just like supplies for whatever the fuck. And you land, you hear like a whoo, whoo, and they're taking the screws out of the box. The box comes undone. Each wall falls apart all at the same time, falls down, and it shows you in the sunlight, and you're little, and all the packing peanuts spill out as the walls fall.
Mexico.
Yeah, and some, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? And he does that to you. He shushes you away.
Okay, and I shuffle off into the sunset.
Yeah, you kind of you start running. You look behind you, and you're like fucking like at the guy, and he's like, come on. A little bit of English, you know, like, come on. And you go, fucking okay, and you rush off into the woods, and right through the bushes, there's a city right there, so you're good. There's already a room set up for you. You got to find your hotel. No, your hotel, your motel. You're in a safe area. Where if there's safe areas in a city in Mexico, you're in that one. Everything you need is in this area. Just don't fucking leave the area.
He just wanted me to say, excuse me, where is my room?
Yes. You're at the check-in. You're asking the guy at the check-in.
Disculpe, ¿dónde está mi cuarto?
Okay.
That's it.
And he tells you where it is. It's on the second floor.
Okay,
Room
gracias.
203. There's a bar past the desk around the corner. You have a bathroom with your room. But there's also local shit like delis, a 7-Eleven, libraries, museums, theaters.
Jewish
delis. Indian 7-Eleven. They're everywhere.
They are. Actually, this is real. When I was in Spain, they were there, too.
Yeah.
And they're in Canada and Scotland.
I told that story today, actually.
They're all over. But in convenience stores all over.
Yeah, that's so funny. Was you used to was that culture shock, or was it like I feel like I'm at home right now?
No, yeah, it felt like not only like it more homey and familiar, but like they knew English more than the people that lived there, obviously, because if they're from India,
that's the best.
A lot of them speak English. So I was asking a guy I was in his store asking him where a bathroom is, because there were no bathrooms like anywhere in Barcelona. And I rented a bike that day, and like an idiot I went like all over the city and got lost. and I didn't get the bike back till like 8 p.m. after the place closed, but a nice lady stayed late and like took the bike back. But anyway, I was in his store and I needed to ask him where a bathroom was. So ¿dónde están los servicios? And he was like, "Oh, cerveza," and he, like opened the fridge like beer.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like servicios, and he's like, "Oh, you want a bathroom?" And I was like, yeah. Yes, please, thank you, God.
Did you ask him like, wait, you speak English?
No, it made sense.
I feel like I would have went with the bit. I feel like, not as if it were a bit, but I feel like I would have been like, wait, you speak English? Yes, buddy. Yes, buddy. I speak English. It's like fucking yeah, bathroom, please, thank you. I think a little bit of grump would come out, a little bit of Kenny Grump. I definitely would have like, wait, what? A little second. Zach drew a drawing of India once. I have this drawing. I'm not going to show it. But every building was 7-Eleven. Every single.
It got me so hard.
Dude, I was going through my old notebooks and I fucking saw that picture and I sent it to him when he was still in college. I took a picture of it and sent it to him. And he responds really quickly and he's like, dude, I had to exit out of that so quickly because my roommate is from Pakistan. Yeah. And he's like, my roommate's Indian and he's he's not Indian, he's whatever. God, I feel bad for saying that now. Whatever. His roommate was fucking Pakistani and he's like, I had to fucking click out of that real quick because he would have seen that. But yes, I remember that. Very funny. What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
I think you can hear my furnace.
What?
I think you can hear my furnace. Dude,
yeah.
His roommate was wild. His roommate used to like hoard shit and it got to the point where like Zach and his friends had to be like, dude, take it easy.
Stuff from outside, yeah.
Sticks grab like a branch and shit, yeah. Sticks and stuff. Sticks and stones to break people's bones. Because he knows words will never hurt them. But I'm rubber and you're glue, so whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you, motherfucker.
Well, I'm pee and you're poo, so you stink and I'm cool.
Pee is not cool. It's you stink.
It's
I'm
cool
sterile.
if it's in a puddle and it's been there, dude. In the shade.
Dude, you can't get pregnant off a pee.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
You pee in her.
Hey, don't listen to him. You can't get pregnant off
Editor
of pee.
Kenny, zoom in on me. You can get pregnant from pee. Be careful, guys.
You can't get pregnant from pee.
Be careful out there. Is all I'm saying.
Mommy, there is pee on the toilet seat. Am I gonna get pregnant? Maybe
honey.
not.
Oh no, honey.
Honey, her mom also watches the podcast. She rushes her to the doctor, who also watches it, and they scare her for 2 years and fuck with her head.
I accidentally said fucking her. I meant fucking with her.
Fucking with her head.
Yeah.
You could save it. Dude. Should we have a family podcast?
Yeah.
So we make both of our families feud about something insane.
Oh no.
I thought we should restart the Hatfields and McCoys with our families.
I thought we'd just interview our bring your mom down in here and interview her about the Jim Crow South?
It would have to be, first of all, neither of my parents lived in that era. Second of all, my dad is way more suited to be on this pod than my mom, and I'm pretty sure my mom would have no interest in wanting to fucking shoot a pod with me at all.
My dad lived in, like, and I didn't think about it until the other day, but he was born in 1953 and grew up in the South. So he saw segregation, but he lived in Florida, so I asked him about, was there a lot of segregated shit there? And he said no, actually. Like, he said there weren't a lot of communities of, like, black people, like, descended from slaves or whatever. Yeah, that's all.
My dad went to North Carolina in the 60s on vacation when he was a kid, and he saw a little bit of segregation. Not a lot, but he did see colored bathrooms.
Oh.
He did see a sign, colored bathrooms, yeah. But I think that's as far as it goes. Actually,
because he was born.
You want to do a call segment? Should I pull up my dad real quick? Do a call segment.
He was born.
He was born 59.
Kind of after segregation was going out, but that's still when it existed.
Yeah, he was born. Yeah, segregation existed when he was born, and he lived in Ohio too. So it was definitely, right on the West Virginian line. I'm gonna call him, see if.
Sweet, Ohio's on the north border, but it is adjacent to southern.
It's kind of considered south. I always considered it south until I was like fucking,
What?
I'm on the pod. Do you mind? You want to be on the pod?
I'm kind of with the kid.
That's okay. I just have a few questions. I don't think it's gonna. Is it gonna get in the way of that?
Yeah, I'm watching the baby.
Yeah, but you don't have to leave the room. I just mean through the phone.
Oh, yeah. What do you need?
You went to, was it North or South Carolina you went to in the 60s?
I grew up in Ohio in the 60s.
I know, but didn't you take a trip to like North or South Carolina when you were?
I went to South Carolina, but that was in late 80s, the mid 80s.
I thought you went when you were a kid and you saw colored bathrooms.
No.
I swear to God, you told me a story where you saw a little bit of segregation somewhere in the 60s, and you were like, as a kid, that was wild. Like, I knew.
Oh, but that wasn't. No, that was in my hometown in Ohio.
Oh,
that's even worse.
They had what they called colored night. Was it Negro night or colored night at the pool where all black folks could come swim at the public pool.
They weren't allowed to any other time. Only.
Yeah, it changed not long after I remember that. It was like the mid-'60s. It changed, and it was like, come swim anytime you want.
So what, you're like 6?
Because they were like, fuck you, we'll swim in the river. It would kiss my ass.
Yeah. So what, how old were you, like 5, 6?
Colored night. God.
Let's see.
I was...
Come on, don't fucking...
I was probably about 6. Yeah, I was first grade, yeah.
Why did you start off your thought like... Why did you start off your thought like that?
Because that was the headline in the paper.
Okay. I can't complain with that.
I remember it. It was Tiltonsville Memorial Park holds a successful colored night. And all the black folks got to swim, and all like 20 or 30 of them, because there weren't many around. They had a great time, I think they gave them like 2 or 3 hours.
Fuck. Set time.
White folks had from 9 a.m. till like 7 p.m.
Black folks had till from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
In the cold ass fucking water.
No, we had like from 7 until like we had like from 9 o'clock in the morning till like about I think like 6 or 7 in the evening. And then once a month or something, they were going to make it a weekly thing or something. I don't know, but it was colored night they had. And black folks, after sweating all day, now that it's cool outside, you can come and swim for 3 hours till we lock a pool up. And that's how it was.
Fuck. I knew it was something like that.
In Ohio, man.
In Ohio in the 60s.
Ohio. Mid-Ohio. This isn't even southern Ohio. And I remember 7th grade, it was gone. There was no more mention of colored night ever again.
That's for the best for sure. What, 13 you're about?
They just said, let everybody fucking swim. What the hell's the big deal? I think the old guy who ran the pool, I think he died. and everybody just said, "Yeah, you go swim anytime you want."
That's fucking.
So,
Hey, at least he would go off on. At least he'd be successful. You never saw a headline, Colored Night. Colored Night went off fucking badly. I don't know what the headline would be, but it can't be. Imagine it'd be good.
Massacre.
Yeah, something bad. Something definitely bad.
They decided to cancel it forever. But yeah, it was really stupid. It was dumb. It's like, what time? The sun's already going down. They've been sweating all day. Oh, now you're going to let them swim? What the fuck?
It's fucked up.
I'm
All right.
surprised they didn't drain and disinfect the pool afterwards. You know, it was Ohio. We had some hardcore racist bastards in our town.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
We can cover that in the podcast and future episodes, probably. You've seen a lot of shit. But I appreciate it. Thanks for telling the story, Dad.
No problem.
Thank you.
Have fun.
You too. Bye-bye. I said you too because he's babysitting.
It's kind of wacky.
That's so fucking... Why do you have to start the thought off like that? How old are you? About
Colored
6? Oh, Colored Night. Out of context, that's not okay. But that was a good call. My dad never... Even on the bad pod, like, he's really good at that. He's really good with it. He's good at storytelling and just, like, being interesting. I like that about him. He's good. He's got a lot of wisdom to him. I've heard stories of the time he spent in South Carolina. He doesn't like to talk about it. He doesn't like the time he spent in South Carolina. If I were the same